Yeah, but you know what I'm thinking, Jim? It has to do with more than that also, because we have so many difference. Like we use tools, and
Right.
uh, the time of reproduction that a human being has is almost perfect for according to their size. Like it's not too long to never overpopulate, and it's not too short
Mm.
to overpopulate only a few years. Like, say for example, if we have the same reproduction time that a mouse has, we will already overpopulate the planet
Mm.
years ago. It will because we live longer than them, but we have shorter time to reproduce than the one we have right now. You see what I mean? I mean, it's kind of like every animal has like a perfect time to reproduce according to their size. Like smaller they get, the faster they reproduce, and the
Mm.
faster they die too.
That's funny. That's true.
So we have a size that is just right in between. According to our physical, it's like 9 months, right? 9 months
Yeah.
we have. So, and we have certain size. Like an elephant is way bigger than us, and I think a female elephant is pregnant for 2 years before she gives birth.
Yeah, it's a long
So think
time.
about it. It's twice and a
Yeah.
half what a person goes through. But then their size is way bigger than us too.
Right.
So when you think about those things, you're also thinking about um, we start cultivating. So then we have food supply, meaning we can feed people like continuously. We can almost guarantee we're gonna have food all the time. So there's less mortal rate, right? The mortal rate goes down. We have more people already overpopulated. We start using tools, stuff like that. Well, I mean, I think everything goes hand by hand because for you to cultivate something, you need tools to work on the land and stuff like that. So we started making tools, and a long time ago, and we started doing all the things with the tool. I mean, the problem with tools and things are that everything has a purpose. Like we invented tools because we saw a need to do something. We probably somebody has spark and said, "I want to move this from here and there, but it's too heavy." So they start thinking, "How can I move this from here and here if it's too heavy?" They start thinking about tools. They start using what they saw outside, sticks and all those things. They make the
Yeah.
wheel, stuff like that. Uh, Fire. Nobody really invented fire, but they learn how to manipulate fire. They're like, we can put it in over here. If we just put some branches in here and surround it with rocks, we can keep the warmth and we can control fire and manipulate it here, and then we can use it for cooking while we cultivate and then while we hunt, and the whole thing is together. I think human beings are just absolutely perfect because what we do as human beings, besides talking about it like right now, is the whole history, is the whole past. We have a whole past to talk about, to learn or to look back and stuff like that, to experience it. We have a whole present. We are always present here, and we have like a certain choice to just be here and don't wonder about the future and don't worry about don't wonder about the past and don't worry about the future. I guess it fits better.
Mm.
And we also have a choice to actually create time and make future and just start planning things. Oh, next Saturday I'm gonna do this. Next third Wednesday I'm gonna do this, and so on. But then, how can you get anything done when you're talking about large scale? When you're talking about getting
Yeah.
10, 12, 20 people involved in something? Say you're planning a party for a friend. You got two, three friends involved. The only way for you to do something is to organize that time that you created at the first place. So for us to create time, it's so weird because I feel like time is what makes people, is what keeps them from awakening to being present in the moment. But it's also the joy of life, is to create that time and imagine next week I'm gonna go hang out with my friend from Pennsylvania, and then you have that illusion in your head. Oh yeah, I'm so glad I'm gonna meet my friend. And you create that time in your head, and that person creates it too, and it's connected on a different level. And then that is what keeps us from living here. We keep planning the future, but it's also what we do. You see, it's like the freedom that we
Right.
have is already inside of this. But being here is not a problem. Being
Mm.
here is just the experience that sustains everything. Just being here. So I don't know how is it that we're worse than anything. How is it that we are? Maybe we were supposed to. If there's kind of some kind of like lesson, we're supposed to go through all of these and then be like, okay, now we learn the difference, and then we're gonna go back to having like more like an animal awareness, like just being present in balance with everything, but with technology and tools. So it'd be like a perfect balance for everything. But that's also an illusion. That's also an idea that
Mm.
things should be that way.
Right, because it's also assuming that because of the great oneness that, let's say there's entities that are above and beyond in other subsets, you can't assume that they're not having their own issues with things as well. I mean, you can't think that just because someone's up doing somewhere else or knows more that they're in a different, like they're in a state of peace. It's also possible that there's like galactic universal warfare going on that we don't know about, and we're just this tiny little thing floating around in the war. So you can't really assume, you know what I mean, that there's anywhere to go beyond. There's a lesson to truly learn that's going to keep going until you get to God. You know what I mean? There's always this idea that there's a better, that's what the pyramid is, isn't it? That's the idea in our head, that you get to that point.
Right.
That you are actually moving up to something. You're getting somewhere.
It doesn't have to be up,
But
you see, because moving up to me is not what it is either. Moving up is an idea, because in time and space, there's no down, there's no up. There's no time, there's no space, there's no up. Okay, but hold on. The way I see it, it's more like, say for example, just a regular light bulb and a laser. The light bulb and the laser are both light, but the laser is all light concentrated to a point, and the light bulb is actually light that is spread out to illuminate the whole room. You see what I mean? One is like everything, and the other one is only this point, but they're both light. So when I know exactly what it is, but the pyramid, I see that physically the pyramid, it means that, like going up into a concentration point, which is just, it becomes thinner until it becomes what? Nothing? It's so thin that it becomes nothing.
It becomes everything after that too,
right.
When you think about it.
Right.
It ceases to exist to be that
That's
thing,
what I'm thinking. What does it become? When you become nothing, you go all the way up in the pyramid, in any level, spiritual level, mental level, physical level, all kinds, social level, no matter what level, like you just go up all the way. You go up all the way, and then what? I mean, you go up all the way, you must experience somehow that other people has been there before, so it's not that special, it's actually natural.
Right, natural.
And you must experience things also like, okay, now that I'm everything in one point concentrated, I have all that experience accumulating in one concentration point, then what do I become if I keep shrinking into myself? I disappear, I guess.
Yeah.
Physically, I would. Yeah, but you can ascend because, like I said, there's no time or space. You don't have a reference point, a horizon to say this is up and this is down.
Right, but from our experience, in our viewpoint,
from our experience, we do have the reference point.
It makes sense because when I feel lighter, when I let go of certain things, like depression actually is a depression on yourself. You feel that weight of it. You do. You actually feel that weight. And so when you let go of that and you feel lighter, and that's when I tend to almost like get to that point of like I feel like I'm about to out of body, or I have these crazy dreams. There's some connection that there's a journey towards going to something lighter and lighter and lighter, but that also is a sensation of going up and out of your body. I don't think it's a true up like you're saying. It's not. Yeah, but that's all we know. The truth is it must be a tesseract, more like that. You know what I mean? But there is like a movement. There's a movement. You're not staying down.
Yeah.
And even when we talk about hell being down and heaven being up, there's a lightness in the mind. There's something that happens. Vibrations are different. The higher up the vibration, it feels different. There's sounds we can't hear because they're too high.
Right.
So there are levels.
Yeah, I know. I mean? There's some truth
really
about levels.
That.
Yeah.
It's there. If you
there's some truth about levels. Yeah.
If you want to go beyond that and look at the bigger picture, then sure, you can say it's all the same thing. It's all one. But we still go through time. We still go through levels. We still have it.